So IEX has been a strong performer for the fund in the past, but has now witnessed a sharp correction. The recent news flow has also been quite negative, and competition also seems to be intensifying. With this context, despite it trading at a multiple of 100x at peak, why did we decide not to book some profits in the company? Also, can you elaborate on what your sell triggers are? What remains your rationale to continue holding this stock? Can you please talk about the rising competition for the company and how that will impact growth?
Sure. So IEX we had bought at much lower levels, and the stock price ran up very fast in a short span of time. Uh, the argument can be made we should have sold off at higher levels or when valuations were very expensive and things like that. What happens in small and mid cap companies or in smaller companies in general, where the business is at a nascent stage, is that the base effect is very strong. So uh, just look at PPFS for example, just as a very random and tangential thing. Uh, Growing from a asset AUM of 300 crores to 600 crores is relatively easy. But in percentage terms, it will look like a doubling. Going from 600 to 1200 is again a doubling, but that's a low base effect. For a SBI mutual fund to grow from, let's say, 6 lakh crores or whatever their AUM is to 12 lakh crores, that takes a lot of effort because the size is very large. So the power trading market in India, the exchange traded power in India is at a very nascent stage, and there are various aspects to it. So uh, you'll have various segments coming in over a period of time. You'll have a market for renewable energy. You'll have a term market. You'll have a day ahead market, and various kinds of contracts will be there. So given that the whole trend is towards renewable energy, which is intermittent in nature, given the whole trend towards uh, traded power instead of long term power purchase agreements, the current reported profit after tax and just comparing the market cap with that and saying this is the PE and now PE has gone up, so it should be sold, that did not seem appropriate to me at least. Uh, did we buy at that valuation? No. So our purchase was much lower. It ran up very significantly in a short span of time. But the overall attractiveness of the sector of the space is looking quite good. Said we'll hold on. It's uh, again a company with or a area with network effects and stuff like that. Competition, sure, other players have entered. Competition becomes easy when there's a fixed price, right? So the ceiling price of 12 rupees a unit was announced, and a lot of power started getting traded at 12 rupees a unit. Now if the buyer and the seller both know that the price is going to be 12 rupees, then it's easy to do it on any exchange. uh, I'll give you example from the stock market space. Bulk deals typically get reported on BSE, right? The buyer and seller both know the price. They coordinate the buy and sell order entry, and it gets smashed on the screen. Whereas most of the price discovery happens on NSE. So when power starts to trade at 12 rupees, there is a loss of market share for IEX. Otherwise, they are, to my mind, looking at the numbers and trends, I would think they are somewhat of a leader in the price discovery aspect. Will they be a monopoly forever? No, there will be other people who will try to compete with them, sure. But it's a area where in the power market in India, number one, has to account for current power consumption and grow at a normal rate, let's say 5, 6, 7% to take into account normal GDP growth. Plus the transportation from petrol, diesel towards electrification, that will add a whole lot of power requirement to the uh, whole power consumption and trading area. Now, increasingly, the power plants we are setting up are not the thermal power plants. Increasingly, the whole focus is on renewables, on solar, wind, and stuff like that, with energy and green hydrogen and all of that. Now, with that, the overall quantum of traded power in India over the years should go up, I would think. Time will tell whether we should have sold off at a higher price and then again waited for a correction or something like that. But overall, the company looked attractive. And given that we have not bought it for a significant amount of time and we have been getting additional flows, the weightage has been coming down in our portfolio over a period of time.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.